Oh, hi there. Today let's do a quick how-to on the Moka Pot. These are Moka Pots that we sell here at The Stick. They come in all different sizes and shapes. I'll show you some other ones a little later on. But yeah, just a quick video, a few minutes on how to make one of these more delicious than you thought was possible. Let's get right to it. Okay, so here are some different Moka Pots. This is a cute little one. It's probably called a 1 cup, probably yields about 2 ounces of coffee. This is a very common size called a 6 cup. This one is a fun one that a friend of mine found at a garage sale and bought for me. This is probably an 18 cup, so massive. That would be great for like the wedding party. So with a Moka Pot, we'll use my 6 cup. A couple of things that are counterintuitive. Number one is you want to start with hot water in the unit before you put it on the stove. And the reason for that is frankly to cut down the time and also to provide a more predictable brew. So let's fill that with hot water. Okay, so here we have the 3 parts of the Moka Pot. We have the base where the water goes in. This is the basket, goes in there. And this is the top, which becomes a reservoir where you pour the coffee from in the future. So the trick with a Moka Pot is to fill, you see the valve on the inside? About a ½ centimeter below that is the perfect level. So what you want to do is fill this with coffee. And once you're half, 2/3 full, you want to kind of level it. And I like using that. It just makes it stand up straight, so you're not fussing with it or doing it over the water. You don't want to tamp it down like with an espresso, because this doesn't brew with pressure, it brews with heat and with steam. So we're almost there. Something else I like to do, and this is a bit of a secret, this is not necessary, but it makes for a cleaner cup of coffee. This is an AeroPress filter. We sell these here at The Stick. I think it's like $9 for 100 or something like that. Put that over the filter where the water goes through, and just get it a little bit wet so it sticks in place. Don't need much, and then dump the water off. Assemble your unit, again with the boiling water inside already. If you do that quickly, the paper won't fall out. If the paper's wet, it typically won't fall out. Another trick to a Moka Pot is temperature surfing. Brew it with the lid open, and that's so you can see what's happening. What you don't want is that violent coming out to the sides. You want a gentle flow of copper-colored liquid. So let's turn this on. And using a very low heat. Low heat because we're already using hot water, so we don't need a lot of heat. A lot of potential energy already is in that hot water in the bottom. The overall time should be about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how fast you heat it up, frankly, which is a bad thing. You don't want to make that a variable, depending on the coarseness of the grind. Now we wait. The temptation will be great to like crank the heat and make it go faster. Honestly, just sit back and relax. Once things begin to happen, it'll happen pretty quickly. So you do want to keep this watch. It's one of those situations where a watch spot is better than walking away from it. You don't want to lose control of this. If you lose control, you will get a bitter, hard to drink, back of the mouth cup of coffee, which is gnarly. I mean, if you're camping, sure, throw it back, put some Baileys in it, whatever. But if you're trying to make a before work coffee, take this as a moment to like balance yourself, center, and make something delicious. So now we're going to serve temperature a little bit. Remove it from the heat so it just pours that beautiful, thick, rich brown color. You don't want to see the white bubbles coming out of it. So this temperature surfing is really important. Temperature surf, take it off the heat if it starts coming out a bit too bubbly. If it slows down too much, put it back on the heat. Okay, I'd say we're done. There's probably more water in the bottom, but at this point we'll start getting to the point of over extraction. So after a few more seconds, we'll take that off. Turn your stove off. You do want to get it out of the decanter as quickly as possible. So whether you pour it straight into a cup or whether you have something preheated and ready to go to share with friends. There we go. Got a couple of cups for me and Dan. This does produce a pretty concentrated cup of coffee. So many people drink it straight as they would an espresso. It's probably about 2/3 as strong as an espresso. Another way to drink it is to add a bit of hot water to it, or a bit of steamed milk or cream, or honestly just some really thick whipped cream or something like that, some heavy cream. That would be delicious. So here we go. Oh wow, yeah. For something so ubiquitous, the Moka Pot is really a brew method that is really misunderstood. So try to go through these directions. You know, if it's coming out a bit too quickly, you might want to fine the grind out. A rule of thumb is lighter roast coffee, grind finer, darker roast coffee, grind coarser. Overall time should be about 3 minutes to brew it. Cool, thanks. Any questions? Let me know. Maybe I'll answer. Maybe I won't. do what the hell I want. So there you go, Moka Pot 101. Shout out definitely to James Hoffman. You can search his YouTube. He has lots of information on how to brew coffee really, really well. Also shout out to the Wired Gourmet. Both those guys I leaned on heavily when researching this little video. Cool, thanks. Who's your Mocha Daddy? So good. You gonna have that?